Hey guys, AlwaysSonic here. Real quick before we start, a few quick announcements. Well, clarification, I should say. So first off, the reason why you haven't gotten a video in the past couple days, usually I like to get a video out once every 3 days or so. That's the general idea. Once every 3 days, once every other day, something like that. But I skipped for a couple of reasons. I've been spending every last bit of extra time I had trying to get to S rank. Well, get to S minus rank in GBO2. Haven't gotten there yet. Haven't gotten there yet, but we are working. I'll talk. I'll talk a little bit about it later. This was a match from that particular grind, but that's number one. That's why I haven't gotten a video in a while. But also, things were kind of thrown at me at the last minute, so it's going to be a little while longer before more videos will be coming out. So basically, I'm going to be taking care of my dad tomorrow, so no stream on my Twitch. Again, all that stuff should be down in the doobly-doo. If you're interested, please follow. I need the follow. I need the follows. But it really helps out the channel. But here you go. So no stream for at least until Sunday. I'll get back Sunday, and then if I'm gonna be bloody tired. But depending on how I feel, I'm not sure what we're gonna stream. Um, yeah, not entirely sure what I feel like streaming, so we'll figure that out Sunday when I get back. Now, as for okay, so I'm taking care of Dad tomorrow, so the no stream tomorrow, and then after that, army stuff. I'm reservist, by the way, so I'm gonna be gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be back Sunday night, and then from there I'll figure out what I want to stream, and then guaranteed you guys will be getting a new video on Monday. That's probably how it's gonna end up working. Anyway, enough of the announcements. Oops. Trying to move me. There we go. There we go. Let's actually get started on this video commentary. It's probably one of the better matches I think I've ever had in GBO. Is it big enough? It'll do. Let's get started.
Catapult deck is open. Mobile suit team.
That is incredibly loud on my side. I'm sorry if you guys heard. What the hell? Why is the quality so low? There we go. Alright, as you can see, this is the Gundam Marine type. I believe this is a 350 room 350 or 400. I think it's 350. This is probably one of the more meta suits in the game. Definitely one of the things you're going to be seeing most.
Begin the mission.
Under normal circumstances, people like running the torpedo launcher. I kind of hate the torpedo launcher, but here I am with Zaku and his personal colors. He's using the torpedo launcher. Torpedo launcher seems to be meta, but it just feels awful for me to use. I can't get the most out of it. But the beam rifle suits me perfectly.
An allied unit has been destroyed.
Misread that. I thought I could get downswing off. Unfortunately not. So I kind of get confused there. I'm thinking that number 6 is Zaku. Because I retreat away from the Ifrit so I wouldn't get myself downswung in the process. So now that I have my bearings, coming back to help. So that's a kind of mistake number 1 on my part. Still, that's a lot of red on the screen. That is a lot of red. Just gotta take it out one at a time, and they have an Agu guy. And also, my weapon swaps are kind of messed up for this. So under normal circumstances, when I have the beam rifle... Oh, come on. If that were any other weapon, that would have killed. If that would have gotten me, well, we'll talk about it later. But normally, I would have my harpoon launcher on circle. But unfortunately, because I am a dumb, when I switched from torpedo launcher back to beam rifle, I didn't switch my weapon swaps. So, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward going for a little while. I had to hit him with that. But now that I know there's an Agu guy running around, I need to be more careful. Not necessarily for my own sake, but for our support's sake. That's still kind of loud. There we go, we see the Agu guy there. Tail Rider by the looks of it. So I hit him, but... Ooh. I think that time I was trying to go for the what was it, the heat rod the thing has? But failed at that and they leave me alone, so we take that. I probably never should have been there to begin with, but I wanted that kill. What do you want from me? I kind of wish this thing had the missiles that the Aqua Gym had. Watch the shot. Bonk. I see the guy behind me. I haven't reacted yet, but I see him. Now that I know he's above me and on the bridge, I'm not so worried. He can't hit me from where he is. Stopping the Ifrit from getting involved. I'm thinking all this time they have an Ifrit Schneid. They don't. It's just an Ifrit and Schneid colors. I was actually kind of lucky. He stops moving at the right time. Otherwise, never would have gotten that stun off. And look at that shotgun range. Where shotguns can be super inconsistent sometimes. I said, normally what you would do is you'd do charge shot into heat rod. I forgot exactly what the weapon's called. But it has heavy stagger, so that's what you would do. Hand anchor, there you go. You go beam rifle, into hand anchor, into downswing, into probably downswing again. I'm proud of that. But still, any fight we get into, he's probably going to end up winning. Probably should have done that first, but he was in an awkward spot. Probably should not first. He's in an awkward spot. But yes, okay, let's actually end up talking about the Gundam Marine type. Gundam Marine type is probably tier for tier one of the best suits in the game. It has everything it needs. It has two reliable stun weapons. Now, one's an instant stun weapon, being either the rifle or torpedo launcher. And if you have the torpedo launcher, you have 3 stun weapons. The exploding harpoon gun, which is on the left arm there, the one I forgot, that thing. The one I forgot to macro to properly. That will stun after, I think, 3 consistent hits? I think you have to hit 3 times for a stun. And then for torpedo launcher, the little missiles, I think, will also stun. But only after a certain amount of hit. I forget how many, because I'm not good with it, and I don't like it. Normally for that, I want to get the downswing off and then use the missiles into their legs. But now, what are you going to do? The Gundam Marine type's also incredibly obnoxious on water maps because this thing can boost and use its rifle and stuff all at the same time. I think it can use all its weapons and boost at the same time as long as it's underwater. It doesn't have maneuver armor, but also this beam rifle acts very similar to the Alex's beam rifle. Same charge time, same rate of fire, I think. But lower damage. Don't know why I switched to hand anchor. I wasn't going to hit anything. But than that, it's a pretty basic, general. It's still really, really, really good. Not particularly fast, not particularly bulky, but it has a really good set of weapons. It's not that they do a metric butt ton of damage, it's just that the utility of the weapons is, well, I'm not going to say second to none, but it's really, really good for 350, 400. And this is during my grind to S rank, and I'm always never more than, like, at most 3 or 4 games away. But of course, the usual problem is, I don't know, something I've been noticing about, I don't know if it's this game in particular or if it's every game that's ever existed and I just haven't noticed yet. I think it's a thing that's just a factor in multiplayer games is, at least once you're up here, I mean, I've talked about it before, how it feels like it's not up to you if you win. But that's especially true here. It kind of just feels like if we lose, there's nothing to have done about it. If we won, I mean, yeah, I probably had something to do with it. But it was very few matches are close. At 2400, it still ain't bad. I know I'm going to die here. I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can before them. Try and prep them for the next team fight. Yeah, just overheat the rifle to get the kill. That's always worth it, by the way. If you overheat your stuff, but you get the kill for it, worth. But the best is that it feels like How should I explain this?
An allied unit has been destroyed.
Well, match is almost over, so I'd better sure as hell figure it out. It feels like you're pulling on a slot machine, right?
An
And you're
allied unit
begging
has
for the
been
machine
destroyed.
to give you a good team. And if you don't have a good team, well, that's kind
Requesting
of your
assist.
ass.
Enemy mobile suit is
Get that
down.
kill, important one to
An
get.
ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Completely flub that.
An allied unit has been destroyed.
That's fine. He was always going to win that because he had higher melee priority, but that's fine. This is a guaranteed win, no matter what.
Time has run out.
We'll take a look at the scores.
We won.
Because the game I had previously, I was using the torpedo launcher, and I did awful. Didn't get a single kill. Had the highest score. Mizaku had taken most damage, so we take those. But, let me pause this. Oops. 11 and 2. The 87,000 damage was still only third. So I was probably stealing a lot of kills, but going third, that ain't bad. At least one assist. Yeah, at least one assist, at least from the beginning of the match. And what was that? 44? How much of that is that? Was that whole last third? If my math is correct, the whole last third of the team score belonged to me. Never a bad thing to have. But yeah, that's kind of what I feel about kind of this grind. It feels like I'm pulling a slot machine and begging to get lucky 3 times in a row. That's what it feels like. That's just what it feels like. It's well, it's awful, but the Gundam Marine type certainly isn't. I'll see you guys later.